Testing, testing. We are on. Y'all, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time of the day or night it is, good to you. As you can see, we have some new technology. As you can see, I got this new mic. Well, actually, as you can hear, I got this new mic, and I have been calling it my new adult toy because it's like I haven't gotten this excited about something in a really long time. Like, there's nothing that really gets me, you know what I mean? Like in adulthood, there's nothing you could really get me that would get me super excited. And when I got this mic, I had that like Christmas again feeling. I was like, I can't wait to get home so I can put together my toy, just use it and play with it. Now, I'm wearing these headphones. I'm not going to be wearing these headphones for the entire video because I think it's just a little extra. Like, I don't really need to hear myself. I know the mic is working. So I just wanted to put it on for, aesthetics, like new mic, new headphone. Who am I? New woman. Who is this? But anyways, we're going to get straight into this video. So let me get myself together and I'll be right back. Hello, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Abby, and I am back with another video. For this video, we are going to be talking about all things darkness. Now, I know that I've got this set up, okay? As you can see, it's very farm themed, and I thought that we would introduce the 1st of October, the first week of October, I guess, by the time this comes out, with a little decorations. And the other day, I went to the farm with my friend, and we had an amazing time, and I was so inspired by just like the farm and how it was decorated and all the fun that we were having. And so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna bring it to the people because the people deserve to feel the festivity of the fall. And so I've got all these little decorations. I've got strawberries, fresh, apples, fresh. And okay, I know this is kind of a niche thing. Oh, and I got this really yummy drink. Like literally delicious. Oh, it's so good. I'm just gonna have some right now. Oh my god, it's sparkling ginger and orange refresher, and it's like literally delicious. But before we get into the video, I thought that we would do some ASMR because I'll be honest with you guys, I'm a fan of ASMR, and in honor of this new mic, I thought we would put it to good use. So let's do some ASMR. But before we get into the ASMR, I have been pondering on this, and because we have a new friend here, I think we should name him. Now, I've already come up with some names. And I think I've picked a name for him, but I'm open to suggestions and I'm open to what you guys might have to say. So I'll tell you what I think his name should be. I think it's a man. Like, he's giving masculine energy. It's definitely not a woman. Definitely not. This is definitely a man. But yeah, so the name that I thought would be fitting was Mortimer. No, was it Mortimer? No, it wasn't Mortimer. Mortimer is like angry. No, sorry for anyone named Mortimer. I think it was Morty. No, I don't know. Now I forget. Was it Mortimer? I literally came up with a whole name. It started with an M and ended with an R. Morton? Okay, I don't know, but if you guys comment down below what you think his name should be, that would be helpful. And hopefully I remember what name I thought it was. I think it was Mortimer or like Morty or something like that, but I'm not feeling it anymore, so maybe we need another name. But yeah, I'm gonna put my headphones on and we're gonna do a little bit of ASMR, baby. Let's just like set the vibe, okay? Stick with me, honey. Okay, so the first thing we have is this ginger and orange sparkling refresher. It's got lots of ice in it. Let's give it a try. Honestly, I could just sip this whole drink right now. Like, it's so good. I love sparkling water, and so like it's like sweet and gingery and sparkling. It's like, oh my god, like, how is it so good? Wow. Okay, next thing we have to try from La Farm, how do you say farm in French? I don't know, is strawberries. Who likes strawberries? I love strawberries. So it comes in this like plastic pack, and I love, okay, before we even do this ASMR, let me just say, I like ASMR, but I don't get why people be whispering in ASMR. It's like, I want to hear real life sounds, not you whispering. Like, who's whispering in real life? So I will not be whispering unless I naturally whisper. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's open her up. Oh no, there's a bad strawberry. Okay, let's get rid of it. Ew. Whoops. Delishy. Okay, I'm just gonna be straight up. These strawberries are not washed, but I'm gonna go for it. Sorry to the germaphobes, but I think germs are healthy for you. So here we go. Oh my god. It's really good. Farm fresh strawberries. Delish. That one was a little crunchy. I like them kind of soft. Oh. Okay, now I don't know which one's better. The strawberry or the drink, because they're both really refreshing. But this is like natural, so I want to say strawberry. Probably also healthier for you. Okay, one more. Last one. Oh, that one's hard. That's so good. It's so good. Don't run away from me, baby. We're friends now. Not really. Delish. Okay. Strawberries are back in place. Apples next. Okay, I said I wasn't gonna whisper. Let me act normal. Don't know how to do that. Okay. Now we've got some farm fresh apples. Twilight vibes. Okay. Let's go for the apple. I love apples, honestly. Apples are one of my favorite fruits. I love mangoes, but obviously mangoes are super seasonal. And then I love apples. Okay. Let's see how this one is. So good. I love a crispy apple. Some people like soft apples. I'm like, no, that's not fun. So good. It's like crispy, not too sweet. Perfect apple. Apple is the perfect snack. Honestly, apple is the perfect snack. How could you not like an apple? Maybe we should name them like Martin. I don't know why, but I'm like sticking to M names. Martin kind of gives Martin vibes. I don't know. That's really good. Okay, I'm going to save this for later because we're going to get into the video. What you guys actually came for. I don't know if you came for ASMR, but you sure did get it. I'll tell you that. Wow. That's a drink. I said I was going to whisper, but that's a drink, baby. Ooh. Okay. Let's get straight into the video. So, as you guys can tell, I went to the farm and I went with my friend, and while at the farm, I was having lots of fun. We went strawberry picking. We had lots of little snacks and you know, food at the farm, and we were also there with her daughter, and so just watching her play, and you know, I don't know what we were really doing. We went on some like train ride, I don't know, but it was really, really fun. And it just reminded me, like, moments of having fun just remind me that things always get better. Because if I looked at my life a year ago, I was in such a different place from where I am now. Like, a year ago, I was so lost and so confused with where my life would be or what I was doing. I don't want to say I was like sad, but I was just not in the best mental place. I was doing okay. I was pushing forward, but I wasn't in the best mental space. And even a year before that, life was pretty like not that great. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to talk about being in a dark place and knowing that when you are in a dark place, it isn't a time to kind of be sad about it or kind of think that your life is over. I know inevitably, like when you're in those moments, it's hard to look at the situation you're in with a sense of gratitude, or even just make yourself be happy in a time that you're not. I know that's not our natural instinct to do, but you've got to realize that like when things are getting tough, when you feel like you're getting in a dark phase in your life or in a funk, right? Like these things kind of creep up on us sometimes, and it creeps up on us in the sense that it creeps up into our awareness, right? Like all of a sudden you realize that you're not happy. All of a sudden you realize that, you know, you don't like your life and you're not happy, and then joy is far away, and the things that used to make you laugh are no longer making you laugh. The things you used to enjoy are no longer enjoyable to you, right? Like it kind of creeps up on us, and it's hard to kind of see the light at the end of the tunnel, I guess you could say, when you're in those moments. But what I have realized and what I've learned with my life is that when you are in a dark moment, that is not a time to get down and to get sad. It's actually a time to say, hey, thank you for showing me how things weren't working out, right? Because when you are in a dark phase and when things are not moving and working the way that you want them to, when you are not mentally in a great space, that is indication. That is a sign that something you were doing was not right. And so now it has come into your awareness. Now you are aware that, hey, the way I've been living, the way that I've been going about things, maybe the way that I haven't been living, I've been trying to play it safe. I've been fearful, and so I wasn't taking chances, right? All these things. Now it's coming to my awareness. And because it's in my awareness, I'm depressed. Because it's in my awareness, I'm anxious. Because it's in my awareness, I feel unhappy. I'm questioning my existence, right? And so in the dark moments, it's actually a time to say, thank you. Like, thank you, God, for showing me that I have been messing up, right? In the dark moments when we want to disappear and we feel like, oh my God, I don't even want to be alive. I don't even want to live. Like, what am I even living for? And all these questions, those are the moments. Like, don't get sad, right? When we start to get sad and we start to sit in our depression and sit in our anxiety and sit in our fear and kind of mope around with it and accept it as a part of our identity, that's when it gets prolonged and that's when it gets stretched. And not only does it get prolonged and get stretched, but it becomes a part of who we are. You know what I mean? And it's like, wait a minute, no. This feeling that I'm feeling, this anxiety, this intense amount of questioning where I just feel like, oh my God, I can't get my footing. This sadness that just creeps up on me, all of these things that I'm feeling is an indication. And I'm just grateful that I'm able to see it. Because right now where I'm at, I have a decision to make. I can turn my life around. I can start to look at the things in my life. I can start to look at the way that I've been living and say, what can I change? What can I do to get out of this and to prevent it, right? And so you are now aware that change needs to be made. And you know why that's a blessing? Because not everybody realizes and recognizes that change needs to happen. Like, you ever been in a phase in your life and you just been going with the flow. You just kind of been floating around. Didn't know that, you've been floating around in your mess. I don't know why this like little country accent is coming out. I think it's the t-shirt and like the setup. It's like a little country accent is coming out. But like, honestly, guys, you ever been in a phase in your life and you was just going with the flow? 1, 2, 3, and 4. Everybody, okay, no. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm just moving with the flow, just moving with the flow. And it's like you just keep moving. Don't even realize that what you're doing is setting you up for a dark future. You know what I mean? Like okay, I'll give myself as an example. Like when I was in college, university, I wasn't a crazy partier because I partied a lot in high school. And so by the time I got to university, I was partied out. But by the time of university, like I had already, like, I always believed in God. But by then I was like, no. Let me tell you something. Jesus is real, okay? And Jesus done saved me by that point in my life. I'm not trying to sound super preachy, but I was like, Jesus is real, okay? There is no denying that. And I know that I got to start living a different way, right? But obviously the spirit can know one thing, the flesh can be doing another thing. And so I was going with the motions, living how I was living before, but knowing that I had to change, right? But in the moments of just living how I was living, doing the things that maybe weren't the most productive, right? I was just going through the motions. I was just going day by day, not really taking in that my actions in this moment were going to affect me in the future. My actions in that moment were actually going to set me up for a depressive phase, an anxious phase, a phase where I lost my identity. Like all my actions that were fun in the moment were setting me up for a future that not so great. You know what I mean? So it's like, if you are in a dark place right now, if anyone is in a dark place right now, like you need to realize that you acknowledging that you are in a dark place and you realizing it and seeing it is a good thing. Cause it's like, okay, now you can make a change. Not everybody realizes it. Me in university, when I was just doing my thing, I didn't even realize the things that I was doing. I didn't even realize how the things that I was doing would affect me today. Same thing for high school. The things that I was doing in high school, I didn't even realize how they were going to affect me today. And so if you are in a place right now where it's like, you realize the things that you are doing are not productive. You realize that the things that you are doing are damaging, right? Give thanks. You realize it. Now it's your opportunity to change it, right? Everyone always gets down. I know it's hard. Like when the emotions are there and the feelings are there. It's hard to kind of separate your feeling from truth sometimes, but you've got to remind yourself like, okay, I feel this way right now, but I actually have an opportunity to make a change because I feel this way. And so let me not stay down too long. You know, there's a time and there's a moment to be down and to kind of feel those emotions. And if you have to cry it out, like, I am all for that. I am a crier. I will cry my heart out as a release. Like, the emotions have to come out. I will vent to my friends over and over until they get sick of me. Listen, y'all gonna hear me because I got to sort it out. And I need you to, I need to bounce off of you to sort this out. Right? I'm going to feel the emotions, right? I'm not shoving it down. I'm feeling it, right? But then the next morning, what am I going to do? Okay, let me put things in place. I need to have more self-discipline. I need to have more self-control. Like, not everybody could just have access to me. I need to know my worth. I'm not just getting into any relationship with anyone. No. I need to really know my worth. I need to really know my worth so I don't keep getting in these relationships that pull me further and further away from myself. I need to have self-discipline, like, for reals. All these ideas that I have in my mind, they need to come to fruition. At least one of them need to come to fruition, right? Okay, how are we going to make that happen, right? I'm sad and I'm depressed over the fact that I have all these ideas, but nothing in reality. I'm sad about it. The emotion is there. I'm depressed about it. Oh, it's making me feel like less of a person. But now that I've realized it, what can I do about it? Right? And this isn't like some crazy motivation. Get up now. Let's do it. But this is just what you need to realize. Take your time with it. This is your own process. This is your own journey. But I just want you to know that, like, in that moment of you realizing that you don't necessarily like your life and that, you don't really like the person that you are, it's not a bad thing. When you feel alone and like you done made mistakes after mistakes after mistakes, it's not a bad thing. Because now you can invite God into your life. Not only can you invite God into your life, but you can start to collaborate with him. You know what I mean? It's like you were trying to do it all by yourself before, but now it's coming to your awareness that you need to do better. And so it's like, okay, let me take this phase of my life to not just sit and dwell in my sorrows, but actually start to move in collaboration with a God that is bigger and stronger than me. That's got my back. That can guide me down the true direction for my life. Because I've been trying to figure this out. And I keep getting detoured. That's what it is. That's what it is sometimes. We get detoured. And so it's like, now, okay, I realize that I took a detour and I'm in the middle of nowhere. I am in the wilderness right now. So let me call on God. You know what I'm saying? It's like the verse that said that God is near to the brokenhearted. Why is God near to the brokenhearted? This verse has stuck with me for a long time. Because it's so insanely true. God is near to the brokenhearted, right? When you are broken, when you have nowhere to go, God is near to you. Because he can't be near to you when you're in your highs. He can't be near to you when you're in your joy, when you are living your best life. You're not paying attention to God. How often do you pray when everything is great? I'll be honest, I don't pray that much when everything's great. It's when my back is against the wall, when I'm like, oh my God, what do you want me to do? Like, God, what do you want me to do? I'm so confused that I start praying. I be crying. I be like, God, please get me out this one, please. Show me the way. You know what I'm saying? So it's when your heart is broken, when your spirit is down, that you be crying for God, right? And so this is the encouragement, like, when you're down, when you are at a place in your life where you're like, oh, this might be the worst. This might be a rock bottom. Don't get sad. Now is your time to call on God. Scream and cry out. God is such a loving God that even when we call and cry just when we need things, he still answers. God knows that we will call on him more when we are brokenhearted than when we are filled with joy. He knows that. And it's not fair and it's not right that we do it, but he knows that and he will still answer. What a good God, right? What a good God, And so don't be fearful. Like, this is your opportunity to make a change. This is your opportunity to call on something that is bigger than you for guidance. You know what I mean? So that's all I wanted to say, is that, like, if you are in a dark place where it feels like everything is really bad, it really isn't. I know. Okay, let me not say it really isn't, because it is. Like, your reality is you're depressed. Your reality is you're anxious. Your reality is you don't see the purpose of you being here. Like, that's the reality of it. I get it. But I also want you to know that amongst that reality, what is that word? In the midst, there we go. In the midst of that reality, there is also an opportunity. And the opportunity is so great and so amazing if you take it, right? Because you can't sit in, what are you going to do if you sit in your depression and sit in your funk? Like, what is going to happen? Nothing. So start looking at it as, okay, my life is so shitty right now, but it's also an opportunity to start living different. It's an opportunity to start doing things different, right? Because you really got to take it in. If you just sit in your funk and sit in your depression, right? It's like, okay, how is this going to serve me in the long run? It's not. If anything, it might even dig you deeper and deeper into a hole. So it's like, okay, that's one option. One option is that you could sit in your funk and dig yourself deeper into a hole. Okay, what is that going to produce? You're not actually going to be happier. You're depressed. You're not going to actually be happier. Maybe you were in a really toxic relationship. So you sitting in your funk, that's not going to push you any closer towards any type of healthier relationship. Okay, so now you are heartbroken and you're not moving towards anything that you actually want. When it comes to your career, you are sad and you feel worthless because your full potential is not being used, or even a part of it is not being used. And so if you sit in that and don't do anything about it and kind of just mope around in, your emotions, and I say this with sensitivity because I think there is space and time to mope around. Like, you've got to feel the emotions, but we all know when, like, okay, it's overdue. Like, I've moped. Like, we know when it's overdue. And so I'm talking about those times when we know it's overdue. Like, you got to mope around for a bit, but when it's overdue, you got to move on, okay? Or not even just move on. I hate when people say that. You've got to move on. You've got to take a step forward. That's it. Just one step forward, okay? So when it comes to your career, you're not happy and you're not fulfilled with it. Okay, so what is you staying in that position going to do? It's not going to get you in the job that you want. It's not going to get you in the field that you want. You just keep doing the same thing, staying in the same career or whatever it is. It's not going to, what change is it doing? You've got to take a step forward towards the direction that you see yourself in. It doesn't have to be a big step, just one. And that's going to fill you with the energy that you need and the real fulfillment to take that second step. And then that third step, let me tell you, that third step's going to come naturally because you enjoy it so much. You know what I mean? It's the first step that's always so difficult. I know, it's such a cliche, but it's true. So those are the options, right? Like, just staying there and not actually solving anything or not actually mending what is broken. Or you can start to look at your funk and say, okay, this darkness means that this darkness is just the evidence of the result of the fruit of the way that I was living. It's the fruit of my lack of discipline. It's the fruit of my worthlessness. It's the fruit of my lack of confidence. It's the fruit of my laziness, right? If you have to write it down so that you can get your mind sorted out, I'm that type of person. I will write these things down so that I can come back to it and be like, okay, let me see where I'm at right now, like a reference. So if you got to write it down, take a moment to write it down. You could pause right here and write it down. Like, what is the fruit right now that you are living in? You could write the good fruits, the ones that are juicy, like these strawberries and apples. And then you could write some of the fruit that are a little bit rotten, a little bit dry, like these dry fruits that we have here. Okay, dry corn and this gourd or whatever you call it. Okay, you could write what is your dry fruit and what is your juicy fruit. Just so you have an idea of it, right? Write it down. Write it down. Anyways, what was I saying? Dry fruit and your... Y'all got me talking about fruit and I forgot what I was saying. Anyways, yeah, you being in your dark, you can see that there is some dry fruit and that there is some juicy fruit. And so now that you can see it and that you've written it down, now you're going to start to write down, or now you're going to take a mental note. Okay, let me backtrack and see where the start of this dry fruit began. Okay, what am I going to start to do different now? And it's not a big, enormous change that we're going to do. What's one step that I could take towards the direction that I want to be in? I want to switch up my career. I don't really like what I'm doing. Or maybe I just want to feel a little bit more fulfilled in my life. I don't mind my career. It makes me good money and I like what I do. It's not so bad. But, I got a spirit in me that wants to live and wants to be expressed. Okay. What could you do every Friday night that pours into that? Your hobby. You like to paint. You like to be creative. What could I do to spark that creativity within me? Like, everybody always talks about being an entrepreneur and self-employed and blah, blah, blah. And it's so glamorized. It's like, no, not everybody has to live like that. Like, you could have your regular career and job, but you could also fill your spirit on the side by doing, like, you could even do only like just passion projects, just things that you find interesting. Not everybody needs to switch and pivot their entire career. Just fill your spirit the way that it needs to be filled, right? Don't let people confuse you. Don't let people confuse you, right? Don't let people confuse you, because I'm telling you, if you listen to the opinions of other people, they will confuse you. And sometimes we think that we're so strong mentally and that we can handle anything. But let me tell you, some things go into our subconscious. And then all of a sudden we're like, oh my God, I hate my job. Oh my God, I hate this. I hate that. It's like, no, you actually like your job. Stop it. You like your job. You just need a little extra spice on the side. You just need a little extra something to go with your life. You need a bit of a balance. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, your dark moment is an opportunity. And I just pray that you can start to see that, because, man, when you do, you're going to start to move in a direction that is producing real juicy fruit. Like, no pun intended, but like, your life is going to start to change. I'm literally living proof of it. Like, there's been so many times in my life where, like, man, I never thought that I would be here with a mic, with a smile on my face. Like, this stuff really fulfills me, to make videos like this and to put sets together. This really does fulfill me. It makes me really happy. I never thought that I would, actually get to doing it. But it took me taking that first step of being like, oh my God, I have to, because if I don't, I'm just going to keep living the way that I was living. And so it's by force. That first step is by force. And so just know that your dark moment, I'm trying to wrap this up because it's going a little bit long. Your dark moment is an opportunity. Like, you don't have to get too down. I know you feel the emotion and I'll be there with you. Like, we could cry together, honestly. But it's not the end of the road for you. Like, there is opportunity, and just be glad and just be grateful that God is showing you where you went wrong in this moment. Like, he's showing you and he's inviting you and he's near to you. He wants to help you and he wants to guide you. Just be open to him. Send up one little prayer, one time, boom. And he will answer. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like, comment what resonated with you, or, maybe share your story. I know you guys like to really go deep on the comment section. And I really do appreciate like you guys opening it up. And so if there's something you want to share with the group, like, definitely do that in the comment section, and subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos. Now, before we head out, I just want to read a quick little verse. If you're open to that, stick around. Read with me. Psalms 30 verse. Oh my God, why is my voice cracking now? Like, are you nervous? Psalms 30 verse 4-5. Sing to the Lord, all you godly ones. Praise his holy name. For his anger lasts only a moment, but his favor lasts a lifetime. Weeping may last through the night, but joy comes in the morning. Oh, I love Psalms. I love all. Oh my, it's so beautiful. I'm going to read it again. Psalm 30 verse 4-5. Sing to the Lord, all you godly ones. Praise his holy name, for his anger lasts only a moment, but his favor lasts a lifetime. Weeping may last through the night, but joy comes in the morning. Your joy is coming. You've been weeping, but your joy is on the way. Take that first step. I love you. Bye for now. Woo! Do you have something to say? Because you've kind of interrupted me right now. Okay. Did you think that people wanted to hear from you, bud? Okay. Stop it. Goodbye. Thank you.